evening, everybody, and welcome back to Science and Sorcery, the show where science communicators play Dungeons and Dragons. We are on episode 42, the answer to everything, for our campaign, Witness to Ruin. Who thought we'd ever get this far? And we still don't know what's going on. But we're getting close, I promise. Answer soon. But before we can have answers, a few quick announcements. Science and Sorcery's next one-shot is on the 20th of September, and we are teaming up with Anik Poison Gardens for a fantastical, botanical, fungible one-shot. That's not what fungible means, but we're going with it. It's going to be DM'd by the wonderful Gnome Anne, and you're going to see some faces you've seen on the stream before, and also some new ones. Rachel's going to be there. It's going to be great fun. Make sure to tune in, and it's 7 p.m. on the 20th of September. And I teased you about Fat Bear Week last time, and now it is finally time for us to reveal that we are doing a Fat Bear Week Honey Heist DM'd by the creator of Honey Heist himself, the fantastic Grant Howitt from Rowan, Rook, and Deckard. We're going to have some absolutely incredible bears, real fat bears, coming on the stream. We're going to see which fat bear is the fattest and steal some honey. It's going to be a really good time. So that's going to be on the 2nd of October at 7 p.m. here on Science and Sorcery. Make sure to tune in. I personally can't wait to be a fat bear, and I hope you will be there with us for it. And of course, in order, because I don't own any D6s, because we only ever play the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. You only use a D20. So I need to buy some D6s. And in order to do that, I'm going to go to valkyrierpg.co.uk and use the code SciAndSorcery for 30% off my order. And you can do the same thing to get yourself some nice new dice. Sam, what's your favorite dice?
My favorite dice isn't like the favorite type.
Is that shape?
Shape. You've put me on the spot. I don't know. Probably
Sam,
D8.
answer. You got to answer now.
I know. Like this is like everything's gonna explode.
You're fired.
Fuck. It's a D8. D8.
If you'd answered faster, I would have given you an extra D8 inspiration dice that's stacked. But no, I'm not going to do it.
Great. Thanks.
I was never going to do that. I've made fun of Sam. We've had our announcements. Time for a very quick recap. The party, including Nimbo, who's lost his voice, that's why he's not here, on screen, are traveling up a mountain to go and stop a cult from doing something to a planar seal. They've received a little bit of assistance from a younger dragon and have been informed that an older dragon might be able to usurp Blurta's patron. Is this something they're going to do? We don't know. We're going to find out. But before we can find that out, the party has encountered some undead, one of them glowing with an eerie light, and they must attempt to sneak past them or go straight through them in order to make their way further up Mount Ekrid. That's where we're picking up. You know these undead are just up ahead. What is your plan?
So I would have relayed all the information that I got through Yarrow's eyes to the rest of the group. That there's a group of undead and this mage, and think that it's probably a bad idea that we go running head first or put ourselves in danger. And we know what we heard from that dragon, that the other dragon, the conjurer, whose territory we're in, is averse to anything undeserving. Now, we don't know if these undead deserve to be attacked. So, probably we shouldn't start that way.
We are moving in a defensive formation.
Okay. Are you trying to stealth past?
My suspicion is that's probably unlikely to succeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can try.
Blurta, do you want to talk to them?
Perhaps we should... Like, if this... So my thinking is this. If these undead were doing harm, and they're in the dragon's territory, then there would have been some kind of fight there. So, if we talk this out, maybe it'll be fine. And if not, we blow them up.
I'm fine with that. We can hold back, but does anyone hear like rustling footsteps in the forest, or like the occasional whine? Or is that just
I think Dagmar's house is haunted by ghosts.
Yeah,
Always
it's
has
haunted
been.
by a real ferocious cocker spaniel.
I mean,
He's deaf, so I can't even tell him to go away, but he's gonna go have a nap now.
well, should the three of us kind of hang back so as to be an element of surprise, Blurta?
I think. Wait, does Nimbo have like a disguise self thing?
I believe so.
Could he disguise himself
Yes.
as something that doesn't look quite so clericy?
Yes, we can. Any
Put away
requests?
the
Did you just
cross.
wanted to change his outfit, or
Yeah, mostly just the outfit, and like
Okay.
just like a chill.
I can give him my cloak.
he can use his disguise self. He'll change his robes to something like his armor to something that looks more like
Goth.
Muck's armor than Nimbo's armor, basically.
Yeah, we don't want to like if you just walk up to a load of undead with a cleric, then that's probably going to set a bad tone for the start of the conversation.
Mm. Are we all going up then?
I think if like perhaps
Always.
if you're just like a few feet behind me, but not like miles back.
Okay.
Because
Got yeah. That way I can help with any intimidation checks. Arr.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna
so does the-
approach.
Are they on the path, or is there?
They
a
are
path?
not. They are slightly further off. The path that you were following earlier, you're kind of getting to the end of it. They are. So you're kind of amongst some like more foliage still. They are maybe currently about 60-70 feet away from you and up a slight like rocky. It's not a cliff exactly, but it's like an incline.
Yeah. Okay. So my pitch is we kind of do what we sort of did with the elf lady and just respectfully try and not engage. And then if they do engage, then I'll do the talking. And then if they fight us, then we fight.
Are you going to try to sort of loop around them to have them not notice you, or are you gonna sort of stay in the same direction that you were traveling, which will take you closer to them?
I think stay on the same direction because, like, my policy here is just like, this is none of our business. Like,
Undead, none of my business.
So, like, does the white person smile work on zombies?
maybe.
You can try.
I mean, like, bones are white.
Oh,
What?
What does that even mean? Okay.
That's the
maybe
title of
I-
the episode, isn't it?
Bones are white.
I was getting fuzzy, Sam, so I was going on what the thing said.
Okay. Right. Blurta is up first. And you are continuing on the path that you were following, which will take you within about So you do need to actually go up this incline. And as you get out of the wooded area, you realize that if you want to continue on this path, you're going to have to sort of go up that same slope. And the undead are kind of spread around on that like slightly elevated level.
Okay, so I'll sort of like come off the path, but sort of pick. Can I pick like a straight route that doesn't intersect with their business at all, and then just curve back around later?
Yeah, you can certainly do that. At that point, could you go ahead and roll a stealth check for me? Just not because you're being stealthy, but just to see whether or not they notice you.
18.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, you end up going around instead, sort of continuing first, like, sort of cutting off to the right, and making your way around in a way that doesn't seem to interfere with the area that these undead are walking past. As you get closer, Blurta, you see that the one that's the mage that's emitting light seems to be a creature that, although it's still wearing the mage's robes, it is entirely made of light. Can you make me a nature or a religion check?
Let's go for religion. 17.
17, yeah. You've read about these things. This is a cold light walker. This is a very dangerous undead that is currently rejecting the light that its body absorbed in life and is disgorging it in these searing bursts that can blind its prey. It is incredibly aggressive. Victims of a cold light walker will freeze solid, even if resurrected. They can't be revived until the sustaining cold magic fades, which can take up to a week. And they are created usually by either gods or spirits of frost and winter. They are meant to be a reminder to mortals that they live at mercy of cold, that any one of them can be vulnerable to this element.
Does there seem to be any connection between, like, does this one seem to have summoned the other ones?
So that's a good question, and make a perception check for me as well, actually.
Perception is only 11.
Only 11. It's difficult to tell exactly what the insignia might have been, but these zombies all appear to be wearing very tattered, very old armor. And it's similar. They might have been, soldiers from the same garrison or something. The colors of the mage's robes are the same as the colors of the other zombies.
Okay, so, I mean, what I'm guessing without, like, obviously with that perception check, I don't know for sure, but these are probably undead from the War of Independence.
Yeah, that's a reasonable assumption.
So, in which case, and presumably they don't seem to have spotted me yet.
They have not.
Okay, so in which case I do the sort of like hand gesture signal to the others to stop, and then I'm going to alter my path to kind of take a wider berth around them.
Yeah. They have not spotted you yet, so you are able to continue on to avoid them, depending on how the rest of the party rolls on their stuff. So, Alex, you want to roll for Nimbo, and and Muck, you make me a stealth check as well, please. This is a group stealth check, Rachel.
So
Okay, good, because I was really trying to think of a science fact. I was stressed out.
You can still give me a science fact right before you roll if you got anything about snow.
I can't
that would be
think of
perfect.
anything. I'm thinking about light, like lasers are polarized light. You in the UK should not own a green laser because they're class 2 lasers and very dangerous, which means they can hit your retina before you have time to blink and cause damage. So red lasers, like a laser pointer, good. Green or blue, beware. Can I have a science dice, please?
The audacity is getting it's continuing. I like it. Yeah, you can have a science dice.
Yay.
So you said that these things are rejecting the light that is coming into them.
Yes.
Is that
Yep.
are they reflecting it, or is it like
Emitting it. So it's not the light that is currently hitting it, it is all of the light that the body was exposed to during life.
Okay. So I was just thinking then in terms of how that light is created, like when you excite atoms, that you can move electrons in some cases from like an inner to an outer shell of the atom. Sometimes it goes the other way around as well. And as it gets excited and those electrons are emitted is what gives you that colour. And it's what gives that light off. So like an old sodium street lamp, when you excite it either by like putting electricity through or heating it up, will cause that electron to jump from one of the inner shells to a new outer shell, giving off orange, which is why you have those old orange sodium street lamps that we have here in the UK still occasionally. But if it's just general light, I'm not sure what would actually be happening there for what is essentially sunlight. I'll roll my stealth check as well.
How much is the science dice again? Is it a D?
Oh, you've leveled up since I last checked. What level are you at? 7.
20. Oh, I'm also going to re-roll Nimbo's thing because I forgot he had advantage and disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah,
check.
so he gets a straight roll. Oh my god, where is inspiration dice?
That's a lot better, so that works out well.
So it's a D8 still, Rachel.
Thank you.
I'm going to use mine.
So that's a 10 for me.
Okay.
It's a 29 for me.
Okay, and what's the
Thank
Nimbo
you.
get?
18 for Nimbo.
That is 2 successes and 1 failure. So there is a brief moment, Muck, where as you're trying to be as quiet as possible in your heavy armor, but you hit a patch of black ice that you didn't see under the snow, and your foot skids, and M and Nimbo both sort of grab you and stop you before you crash into the ground, which would have alerted the Cold Light Walker. But you managed to sneak past without incidents. Having seen this threat, you pass it by and continue on until the early evening, when you must find a relatively sheltered spot to rest for the night. You're close to the peak of Mount Ekre, but you're not quite there yet. You've probably got another half a day's journey at least until you get there. Unless you wanted to push on right now. You'd still not be able to get there this evening, though.
What do you reckon?
I think you
go on.
My inclination is to rest now, and then whatever challenges we may face in the morning will be fresh for them.
I think like tomorrow could be, or whatever's up ahead is going to be the biggest thing we've ever come up against, I think. And so I agree. I think an evening of rest.
Well, actually, one thing before that. Can I make a nature check to see if I can kind of predict the weather tomorrow?
I mean, we're in the territory of a dragon that can change it.
Well, yeah, but like
No.
if it's like a blizzard tomorrow or something.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check.
I don't know.
Dark.
Just look at the sky and like.
There's
Two.
clouds. You don't know what that means. Nimbo's like trying to mime to you, and it's just not making sense. He's doing like a chicken dance at one point. It's all very confusing. Who knows? Who knows what Nimbo knows about the weather? But you are able to, if you used any resources that would reset in the long rest, they reset now. But otherwise, can someone who's taking first watch? Actually.
I can.
Okay. Nimbo
I-
can
I-
also take a watch.
Before we
That is
settle down, though, could
He
I?
doesn't have duck vision, does he?
He does not.
Let Nimbo do it. Yeah.
Or duck fishing, as the predictive the text says.
Where are we camping? What is the campsite like? Where are we sleeping? tonight?
You can probably find like a rocky like outcropping overhang that would keep you, even if it started to rain or snow, it would keep you relatively sheltered. If you wanted to make a fire here, that would also. The wood's not burning great, but with the amount of magic you've got available to you, you're able to make it work.
Okay. Second question: is Blurta sleeping in the eye?
No. Like, I think she's had enough time in there to last for a good while.
In that case, M will, as we're getting settled down, and M would start a fire if other people aren't, to try and just get a little bit of warmth and strength tomorrow, and like call Yarrow over from Blurta.
Yeah. She's not done anything suspicious today.
Okay, good. You're keeping a close eye on.
Yeah.
No distractions.
Only when you told me to go and look at those dead people.
Okay. No, good. Thank you. How are you feeling since we got back from home?
It was nice to visit. I got married again.
And divorced, apparently.
Yeah.
Is that going to cause us any problems?
No.
Can I make an
Probably
insight
not.
check on that?
Go ahead and make an insight check on your own familiar.
Dirty 20.
Yarrow is lying, but also it's because he doesn't know whether it's going to cause problems. There's a chance.
I'm kind of fascinated. Like, the Fae doesn't seem like a place which would have like strong litigation on like who keeps track of who's married and not.
Oh, we love contracts and deals.
But you don't seem like you like looking after the contracts, just like turning up and giggling at them.
Yeah, that's why it might be an issue. I mean, might not be an issue.
But like, is there just like a fairy of like divorce lawyers?
Probably. Is it an issue if my exes show up and giggle at us?
No, but that wasn't what I was thinking might be an issue. It was more, could you or we be in danger because of what you got into? Metaphorically
No.
and physically.
No.
Okay, that's good.
We're broadcast spawners.
I'm not going to question that any further.
It's sensible. You're a
Yeah.
bit young.
Don't patronise me now. Older than my years after what's happened these past couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you still want me to keep an eye on Blurta?
All night.
Got it. Flies back, and if Blurta, if you're sitting or lying down, Yarrow will perch on your knee instead and just stare at you.
I think I'm reading one of my smutty books, so I'm just gonna just sigh and then open it up so Yarrow can read along.
Yeah, he'll hop back onto your shoulder then. All right, who's taking first watch?
Nimbo.
Yeah.
Nimbo. Go ahead and make me a perception check for Nimbo, please.
Feels really mean doing this in Nimbo again, because this is what happened last time.
He does have
that
advantage
is
on
an
these.
11.
He has advantage on these.
Oh, he has advantage though,
Yeah.
in some form.
Yeah, because of his shield.
That's an 11.
Okay. It's dark. Nimbo keeps a good eye on the campsite, but doesn't really see much moving outside of its boundaries. Who's taking the second watch?
I can take it.
I don't mind. I can do it.
Okay, Mac, make me a perception check as well, please.
Yep. Coming right up. A 10.
Your watch also passes uneventfully. You think at one point you might see something out of the corner of your eye, like in the distance, but by the time you manage to turn your head, if there was something there, it's gone.
Great.
And the last watch?
I can do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Listen. Perception check, please.
13.
13. You have the same thing happen where you think you see something out of the corner of your eye and you just sit and stare out for a while.
Psst. Yarrow, can you see anything
Yeah.
over there?
Sam, make me a perception check for Yarrow, please.
Can I
plus
check if
3
people-
at advantage.
Can you hear me, folks? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. That's fine.
Do owls have some kind of night vision advantage?
Just the plus 3 and dark vision.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Oh, that's a big bird. That's not a bird. That's a big dragon. Just there. Do you see it? With Yarrow's guidance, you manage Blurta to spot. Down in a valley, probably like a good 10 miles away from where you currently are at least, you just managed to spot a glimpse of wings as a massive dragon lands.
Is that the way we're going or the way we've come?
It's neither.
Okay, that's
It's sort of off to the side, but it's not a real Thus territory.
Okay,
This
so-
would be the Conjurer's territory. Okay. You eventually all awaken and pack up your camp and begin the last ascent towards the peak of Mount Ekrid.
So just for the record, so I am being fully open and not hiding anything from you. I think I saw the Silver Dragon very briefly last night. It was like 10 miles away and not the way we're going though, so
Okay.
Okay. Good to-
That's good.
to know.
Hopefully, like, the fewer encounters, the better, I think.
You begin your upward ascent. It is not easy going the further up you get. The ground is properly covered in snow now. There's the occasional tree or bush, but beyond that, it is a relatively featureless terrain, and there are no paths. You're essentially scrambling up a mountainside. There comes a point about an hour or so into your journey where you start to hear a rumbling up ahead. You're ascending a particularly steep scree slope. For every step you take, you essentially slide back half a step, and it is rough. When you hear this rumbling, looking up, you see shifting rocks above you begin to slowly tumble, accelerating down towards you. There seems to be a rock slide of some kind happening just up ahead, and you're gonna need to come up with some way to not get caught up in it.
so how far ahead is it and how long have we got?
Not like less than a minute, and well, less than a minute is how far up ahead it is. It is
For
neither.
it or for us? Like, are the rocks going to hit us in a minute? Or if we walked up to the rocks and they didn't move, it would be a minute?
No, they will hit you within a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a big mountain if it's taking a minute to get here, but that's good. So we're on this kind of nondescript rule area. There's no defining features really. It's just kind of
Not really, no.
scree going up. All right. And is it just kind of like a long wall essentially of like rocks coming down? So like a video game style that they're everywhere.
So it's essentially you're currently on the scree part because it's the easiest to climb. Either side of you is like much larger boulders and stuff, which even with M's climbing speed would be quite difficult scrambling.
Okay.
So you could try to like tuck into a space there and hope that that doesn't shift. But I mean, it's an option.
And is it like one long continuous rock slide, or is it just like there's a pile of rocks and then it might stop?
There's just a pile of rocks going down.
Okay, I've got an option, and so like, everybody get in the bag. Get in the bag. Don't question it. Just get in the bag.
Fine.
Okay.
I mean,
Marcus in the
okay.
bag.
I can kind of climb. Like, I got a good distance and stuff, but cool, I'll get in the
Nimbo
back.
goes and scrambles into the bag as well, which is awkward because he's so gangly.
Okay. Does everyone get? Does WtR get in as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's
You're all
in
in
the
the
bag.
bag. I cast fly on myself and just fly directly up.
Absolutely. Oh, actually, can you re-roll your charges for your ring before you do that?
Yes. 3. So that is enough.
Yes, good.
I also rolled the d20 after that and is an 18. So
Okay.
I've used my spell slot. It's gone.
Hold on, let me just double check how many charges the ring regains, if it's a d4 plus 1 or minus 1.
I think it was +1.
It's a 1d4 minus 1.
Oh no.
Well,
You
okay,
have
you get in the bag and I'll fly.
Sure. I jump in the bag.
Okay. You swap around who's in the bag. Blurta, as the rocks are almost upon you, you grab the bag and just take to the air, flying over. Your 10-minute flying time, if you wanted to fly the whole time with holding the bag. Actually, no, there
how
wouldn't
long-
be enough
wait.
air for everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fly just so we're past the rock slide and any other immediate
Yeah.
hazards.
That sounds like a very sensible plan. Yeah, you fly up over the rock slide, and you're able to let the rest of the party out at that point. And you've got 2 charges on your ring if you wanted to cast Levitate or Expeditious Retreat at some point.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. But yes, you have bested the rock slide. Blurta, you can continue flying for another few minutes if you did want to scout ahead.
Do you want me to scout ahead?
Don't see why not.
I will say Yarrow, you go with.
I can fly too.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean if Yara's there, do I get advantage?
Yarrow gets advantage on perception checks and can give you the help action.
That's
on
what I meant,
perception
yeah.
checks. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. At advantage.
19.
19. Flying up and over, you spot a trail through the snow that others seem to have taken before you. It leads to a series of small cliffs, which are littered with large holes.
Oh, we're not on Everest, are we?
We're not.
Good.
Just need a wreckage of a plane. No.
Let's see like dead climbers every 5 feet.
No. There are these large holes. They kind of look like caves, except they're not just in the rock face; they're also in the ground.
Oh, Remoras. That was mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I know anything about Remoras?
Go for it.
13?
Remorazes is the plural as well. 13.
Yeah.
This is Arcana.
Yeah.
You don't know that much about them, actually. You know they're giant insect-like creatures that live in cold places, but beyond that, you're not entirely sure about anything else.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna head back to the group and fill them in.
As Blurta has been flying ahead, can I turn to Muck and just be like, how are you doing, Muck?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just, a lot of sneaking. I'm not very sneaky, so I'm feeling a little bit out of my comfort zone. But once we start hitting things, I'm sure I'll feel great.
And how are you doing after 2 days ago? Our trip into the Feywild. That was, you seemed very angry about magic.
Oh, yeah, well, it's just, when I say I leave fighting with words to you, it's because, the Fey creatures love, all they do is fight with words and contracts and getting your head in a twizzle and all this kind of stuff. I'd rather go, fist to fist. But when people being, tricky about things, I don't like that. Because I don't know what's coming next. They've got no tells. I can't see their next move. It's just very unsettling to me. And it's not fair either. I think that's what really annoys me about it. It's just not fair.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. It's strange.
Because it's all it's Fae and nobles are very similar in that way, in that, they'll tell you one thing, but they really want you to do something else. Or they'll say one thing, it turns out that one thing involves a whole bunch of things that you really don't want to do. Why can't everyone just be straightforward and honest and, get down to business and then move on with their lives?
People are complicated. The Fae is complicated.
Some people are just liars.
Yeah.
Bertra turns up at that moment.
Oh, hi, Blair.
Well, what did you see?
Well, so we have the last obstacle that was mentioned by our dragon friend. We appear to have some Remoras burrows. The big old worms that burrow through ice and rock. And I think there's some, they've got, big bitey bits and maybe some fiery bits.
And is
Finally.
Is there a way to avoid them? If we walk out of rhythm, will that keep the worms away?
Can we ride them if we, get the hooks?
Make an animal handling check.
To find out, not to try.
No, to find out what
7.
you know of that.
Blurta knows something about animals.
Blurta, however she feels about it, she thinks that's true.
I mean, maybe.
You're going to ride the worm, okay. And how many holes were there?
7.
Did they seem to be in a single warren, or were they individual?
They were close together, so possibly a single warren. Blurta doesn't know anything about whether or not Remoras live in groups or on their own. So you don't know if it's 7 burrows means there's 7 Remoras, or if it's one Remoras will make 7 entrances.
Yeah,
I'm
calling
now
it
just
a
picturing
warren
them
just
behaving like
makes it-
meerkats, and there's just like one that peeks up on watch to look out.
Calling it a warren does make it seem cuter than it is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess. How long can you fly for?
I can fly for 10 minutes.
Okay, well, I guess. How long has passed since you cast that spell?
This would have been using up the last 10, like the 10 minutes basically
Okay.
of Blur.
Oh,
Okay.
but I can do it twice more a day, I think.
You
Okay.
can.
What do we reckon then? Do we want to make sure that like one of us is not on the ground and the others can try and as a spotter?
Or we could try and like lure them to one spot where we're not.
How would you lure them?
What do they like? Yeah.
I was imagining maybe driving a massive fence post in or something.
I told you I've left my post driver at home. I don't have that.
It's enough vibrating for one day.
And I don't have my PPE.
Haven't performed risk assessments for
No.
this.
For none of this, actually, and that is something I will bring up when we get back to school.
Yeah. Just like there's just a little guy in an office who just like gets out the form for if you have to fight God. Just like
So we're not driving in a fence post. Do we know what they like to like Muck asked? Do we know if they
I mean, I don't know. My guess was just we have something noisy.
I could dance. I could dance them out.
like
Real
a
heavy.
seagull?
Like
I
a
mean-
seagull, yeah.
Just to throw out there, like I was thinking it would be better if we drew them away from us rather than towards us.
Oh.
Yeah.
To
That's
be
also
fair,
a
when I
point.
dance, most people run away.
Do we have any suggestions then of like how to make a loud noise far away?
Do we have like any random bits of metal shit that we could like clang around? On the
Oh,
end?
I've got so many in my inventory. Like,
I have manacles.
I've got two hand
I just
axes. I wanna
raise an
start
eyebrow
smashing
at them
together.
there.
Oh yeah, wait, what?
I've brought this up before. I suggested I maybe put them in the hat for the speed dating, and
Of course. Okay,
instead
I've
put
got-
in a crowbar. Wait, no, a bar of crow soap.
Yes.
What have you got, Mark?
I've got a spare shield and a hand axe, so I want to use that to make. Oh, but that would make noise at me again, so that's another bad idea.
But if-
I keep the shield in case we need to get down this mountain quickly. You could shield surf.
I've also got a folding boat. I don't know. We could boat surf.
okay.
Oh yes, yes. We are going to sail down the mountain.
Yeah.
I have lots of bottles and stuff.
But what
Oh
if
God, sorry.
but what
Don't
if
you have magic? Like, do any of you have like thaumaturgy or anything like that?
I don't have anything.
Those
in
are
my
quite
book
nearby. Like I
today.
could Eldritch blast something 120 foot away and just attract them to that, but that
What we do-
I don't like. Where does the noise of an Eldritch blast emanate, Dagmar? Come on, is it law?
It would be the point at which the damage. It would be the because it's force damage. It would be impact.
Right,
the
so there's
noise
not any kind
impacts.
of noise along the beam.
There's the
No,
noise of
it's
you
not
going,
a laser
pew, pew,
pistol.
pew, pew.
Okay.
Unless
I just
Santa
say that.
is making those noises with her face mouth.
As opposed to the others that we don't know about. It's just like an inside of blood to the
I'll never tell.
Muck, sorry, you
Unless-
had an idea.
What if I just jumped somewhere else and then did a really loud roar and then came back to where you guys are because I could jump really far?
I think that's not a bad shout at all.
Let's just keep it simple.
I mean, do you
Okay,
want
so hold on. You want to jump really far, let out a
Yeah.
loud roar, and then
Yeah.
jump back?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. The Remoraz tunnels are currently So we're about a 5-minute fly away for Blurton, so that's going to take you like 20 minutes of walking to get there. How close do you want to get?
About 60 foot away to start with, and then we can decide
At
from there.
least. Yeah.
Yeah, what about 120? Let's do 120.
Perfect. Let's do that.
120 feet away. Okay. And are you which direction are you jumping in, Muck?
We want to draw
Towards
them out
the tunnels or away from the tunnels?
towards the tunnels.
So you're jumping
Right.
uphill,
Yeah.
and then
You're trying to draw it out on, like, essentially on your path that you're gonna be crossing.
No, I want them to go away. Right?
yeah. So I
So
would
you want
say-
them behind you.
Okay. Yes. I'll
Yeah,
jump behind.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, just making sure I've got that straight. Okay. Right. And the rest of you are sort of staying grouped together where Muck's jumping from.
yeah.
Muck, you run up 10 feet and jump 60 feet, I assume?
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and make me a performance check or intimidation check of your choice for your
Ooh.
big
Would you
roll.
like bang your weapons together to make extra noise as well?
Yes, I will
that
do
can
that
give
as
you
well.
advantage on intimidation, but not performance.
Perfect. Yes. Intimidation, please.
Go for
So
it.
the first roll is, what is that, 9? Wah, wah. Second roll is 10. Wah, wah.
You are making as much noise as you can, but you're also on a mountain, and the snow around you is dampening the sound quite a bit. You're making noise. Do you
Okay,
run and
in that
jump
case,
back? Or
as I can kind of get the sense it's not really working, then instead I want to go back to my original plan and start like stomping really hard, and like even like banging my fists on the ground, just giving it all I got.
Make an athletics check, please.
Yeah. Natural 20 for 28.
Okay. Okay. Give me one moment, please. Someone's stomping his feet at me in the room. Okay.
Khalil,
So,
get out
Muck,
of there.
Muck, as you are currently about 70 feet away, Sam, could we please bring up the battle map?
Oh no. Yes, we can.
You really didn't want to roll a natural 20 in that moment. So just to give you an explanation for what you're looking at, you are all currently on the lowest part of the mountain, and each ridge is about 10 feet high.
Okay.
You've got 10 feet to the next level, and then another 10 feet to the level above that. I've broken up the terrain a little bit so you can see which one you're on. Muck, as you hear this weird groaning noise,
Yeah.
you hear the ground begin to rumble underneath you.
Oh, sorry, the jockey.
Can you please make me a dexterity saving throw as a massive creature emerges from underneath you and tries to knock you prone as I roll some damage?
13.
That is just enough to save, so you will not be knocked prone, but you will take half of 10d6.
Pardon?
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's a big creature. That is. I did roll below average, so I rolled 33, so you're going to take 16 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage.
13.
You were not knocked prone, but we do now need to roll initiative.
Can't I just jump back and run away?
No.
My plan.
Blurter is 3.
Oh,
And Nimbo,
5.
he has advantage on these.
Okay.
And M,
23.
7.
okay. And Muck, you got a 21.
correct.
Okay, in that case, M, you are up first. Shocking.
Okay, I can only see one of them, and it's, what, 60 foot away?
70.
70. Okay, in which case I will move myself a little bit closer.
Mhm.
I think I'm only going to do it about 10 feet to get within.
Yep.
Wait, is that how far I want it to go? Yeah. Yeah. This isn't going to work, but we're going to try it. No, I'm not going to do that. Can I move it? I'm going to move my full movement.
Okay.
So I'll still be 40 feet away, won't I?
You've got
Yeah.
your feline agility.
Yeah, I'm going to use that to move within 30 feet of it, but no closer.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind moving me, that would be really
Yeah, I
helpful.
can do that.
And then I'm going to third level Witch Bolt it.
Okay.
And that
Go
is
ahead
going
and
to be
make your attack roll.
21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so it's 3.
That's lightning damage, right?
I believe so.
think so.
Yeah, and it's 3d12. 18 points of lightning damage.
Nice. It does not seem to be immune or resistant or vulnerable to that.
Okay.
But it takes all of the damage.
Takes all of the
As
damage.
this
Okay.
line of lightning suddenly forms between you and it.
I'm gonna blood curse it, so that.
Did you have to use your bonus action for feline agility?
No, it's
Or
not a
does
bonus
that just
action.
happen?
It's just a
Brilliant.
thing I can do.
That just happens.
So until the end of my next turn, it has anyone has advantage on intimidation checks. So if Muck wants to try and tell it to just fuck off, you'll have advantage.
Okay. Sure.
Nice.
And with that, it takes us to Muck's turn next.
So I know what we can see on the map, but we're going like back towards Blurter way. So
Yeah.
okay, what I would like to do, and let me just pitch this to you first,
Okay.
is to attempt to hit it, kind of like golf, using my the bad ability and punt it 40 feet away, and then run back and join the group.
Oh, let me double check that ability one moment, because it is 2 sizes larger than you, which means shoving it might not be possible. Let's see, big trouble. You know what? This is on me. I did not say anything about size, so I will allow
Thank
it
God.
this time,
Mm.
but I will change that. But I will
No.
allow it for this session. So go ahead. So that's opposed athletics checks between you and it.
Yeah, I've got to see if I hit it first.
Oh yeah,
Okay, 11 to hit on my first try.
that will miss.
Let's go again. What's that? 15 to hit on my second try.
That will also miss. You're
Fuck.
hitting it, but you're not like breaking through the skin. It's got these really thick, like sort of almost metallic, icy, frozen plates of chitin. And Big Trouble's just not getting through.
I would like
The
to
monster
chrono shift.
fucker cannot fuck this monster. You can chrono shift it. Go for it.
Attack it again, Muck.
Okay, 27.
That will hit. So now
Nice.
it's opposed athletics checks.
Correct. So Muck. Oh, 27 again.
27.
Fuck off.
Natural 20.
So what happens in that? Oh, it's in that 20.
Yeah. Well, and meets it, beats it, so nothing moves.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Sorry.
let me at least roll damage so I can
You
feel
can.
better
You
about
do get
myself.
to roll your damage. Yeah.
What is that? 15 points
15
of
damage.
slashing damage.
Slashing damage. Hold on.
And surely this is
Yep.
magic.
Magical
Yeah,
slashing
magic
damage, yes.
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes
Well,
all of
fuck.
this damage as finally you managed. You see this world in which you were unable to cut through, and right at the last moment you change the angle of the monster fucker slightly and managed to carve into between two of the chitin plates.
Cool. And then I want to move like round here. I'm guessing I won't take an opportunity attack.
No, you're
Just to
still within
position
sight.
myself a bit better.
You're still within its reach. And as the monster becomes really needy and starts whining again, it is the Remoraza's turn. It is going to turn around to you, Muck, and is going to try to use its furnace maw to bite you. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Where are my
Saddest level
d10s?
response.
This is gonna hurt.
No, it's not.
You are grappled. Yeah, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? You take 28 points of piercing damage, non-magical, and 13 points of fire damage.
I'm still up.
You still up?
Yep.
Good stuff.
Must be close to down though.
Yeah.
Look,
Okay.
stomping on the ground with a creature that has tremor sense? Bad idea. Nimbo's turn up next.
Okay, so Nimbo was starting to prepare some attack magic, and then just like, oh shit, and can't really get into anywhere close enough to you, so is going to have to. Wait, what's the range on Healing Word? 60 feet, so 10, 20.
He's within 60 feet of Muck currently.
Okay, so he is going to cast a level 3 Healing Word.
Okay.
Oh, I can't. Yeah.
I will cast it for you.
Yeah.
No, we know which spells he's used.
How much am I healing for?
I will let Alex roll it, so you don't need to take the one that just rolled on the VTT, because that was 3 ones, which was
No.
I'm just rolling manually. It's not letting me roll.
third level healing word for 7 points of healing would be
Okay, so-
terrible.
That's absolutely terrible.
So that is 9 points of healing.
In total?
Yeah.
Cool.
I also rolled 2 1s and a 3.
Thank you.
Nice way to burn those level 3 slots.
That was a level 3.
Yeah.
That was his bonus action. He does still have his action as well.
But he can't use it to cast a full-on spell.
No.
He will. Has it been injured?
It has been injured.
He. Wait, no. He will cast Toll the Dead on it, I guess.
Okay. Wisdom save?
Wisdom save 15.
4.
So
Go ahead
that's
and
a fail.
roll. I think is it 2 or 3 d12 at this point?
2, it says here.
2d. Yeah.
So shall I
It'll be
roll that
the
or you? do?
d12s. You go ahead.
6. Fire! Smite it!
It is smote. It does take 6 damage. Sucks for it. Blurta, your turn unless Nimbo wants to move.
Okay, so Blurta
I think
is
Nimbo
going.
would possibly move closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not all the way, but
Okay, so Blurter, seeing what Nimbo and how rough Muck still is also going to cast a level 3 healing word, which she can do now.
nice.
And does a much better job of it. 5, 7, 12.
Thanks, guys.
That was so sassy.
Yeah.
Flirta's taking over as a healer.
Yeah. And that's a bonus action, and Eldritch Blast is an action and a cantrip. I shall now Eldritch Blast it.
Go for it.
Okay, blast number uno. 13 hit.
Nope.
Blast number 2. 14 hit.
Nope. Both of these just like it's sort of holding Muck in its maw, and you're trying not to hit her, so they just sort of shoot past the mouth, either side.
Cool.
Anything else on your turn, Blurta? You've had to move 5 feet to get within 60 feet of Muck.
Yeah, I'll move to like there.
Okay, cool. M, you're back up with Muck on deck.
I can see how much damage this has just done, and that we haven't really helped heal Muck all that much. So I'm gonna just like put my hands out and start to try and warp reality and cast Vortex Warp on.
Yeah,
this,
on Muck?
No, on the creature. I'm trying to get it away.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm pretty sure Vortex Warp doesn't have a size restriction, does it?
It doesn't say. It's just another creature you can see within range.
Brilliant. I love it. What kind of save is the Remoraz rolling?
Con.
Con save. Con save. That's a 19.
I'm gonna chrono shift.
That is a natural 20.
I'm going to use the moment of awesome that I had to make it re-roll again. Get out of here.
That is a 17.
That still passes.
Fuck!
Oh.
It was a good try.
Oh, I've never managed to get Vortex Warp to work on an enemy yet.
I've never seen it work on an enemy before, but I wanted to every single time because it would be so cool.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. I've seen it work on a shark. Because it's a fucking shark.
That's my turn. I don't have bonus actions that I can do, and I'm just gonna just start swearing and stop my turn.
Okay, Muck, your turn.
I'm gonna try and break the grapple.
That's an action. Go for it.
It's worth it, yeah. Because I'm, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was just
yeah. So that's going to be an opposed athletics check.
athletics. Nice.
18.
Oh. 13. Action surge. I'm gonna try again.
Go for it.
18.
One.
Yes! I'm out, baby.
You are. You break. You're trying to break free. You muster up some more energy, and you manage to sort of crack one of its mandibles, and you drop down to the ground. You are still right next to it.
Yep. I want to run. I'm trying to think what is the quickest way that I can move. Okay, what would you say about my jump spell still being up? Because it lasts for 1 minute. I would have jumped over, hit some instruments, hit the floor, and then it's been what, like 12 seconds?
It would still be up. Your standing long jump would be, or are you gonna try it for a 10-foot running?
If I could.
You can. I mean, you're gonna take an attack of opportunity regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So in that case, you run 10 and then jump 60, which would get you to here.
Yeah.
But first, it's gonna make when you get 10 feet away from it, not 5, it makes its attack of opportunity.
Mm.
That is going to be a 27 to hit.
Yeah.
So you are once again grappled.
Shut up! Are you serious?
Yes. That's going to be another.
No, wait. Hold on. Let me look at what does my doll do again? Once a day, you can re-roll 1 dice of my choosing when making an ability check, saving throw, or attack roll. So what was it? Did I have to make a saving throw against that attack of opportunity?
Nope. It's just an attack roll on its part.
But
I hate it.
You can use it to try and get out of your grapple, if you can.
On your next turn.
Yeah.
So I did roll a lot worse on the 60-10. I'm not kidding. I did not roll above a 3. So that's going to be 18 points of piercing damage this time, plus the fire damage, which is 11 fire damage.
I'm still up.
Okay. You are grappled again. Yep. And it is the Remoraz's turn next.
No, hold on. I'm
do
going to
have a bonus
second
action.
wind. I've
go
got 2 bonus actions, I think. Anyway, 1d10.
No, you wouldn't get an extra bonus action with your.
Oh yeah,
action
that's
surge.
a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck off. Oh my god. Okay, I regained 6 hit points, so I might as well just die, honestly.
I think that might be happening soon. As on the Remoraz's turn, it's going to attempt to swallow you. Can you make me a strength saving throw, please?
Now might be a time for that re-roll.
Reroll. Okay. Oh, I don't think it's good enough. 21.
Yeah, you are not swallowed, and you will only take half of this piercing damage, but I think it's still going to knock you out.
Yeah, but guess who's got that resilience? The orc special, baby.
Yes, you do.
I'm coming back.
30. Fuck me. 47 points of piercing damage. Oh, no,
Nice.
sorry.
What?
Just 40. There's no plus 7 this time.
So that
40
gets
points of
halved.
piercing damage.
So you're
So
One
half to
hit
20.
point.
So you
1 hit
are...
point.
You feel the Remoraz crunch down on you, pierce through your, like, some of your very essential organs. And you're like, no, I have to stay awake. I can't let a fucking bug kill me. And you manage to just sort of, well, like, force your blood to keep pumping in the way it's meant to. Nimbo is up next.
okay. I notice you haven't given Nimbo Cure Wounds.
Did I not?
No.
He can have Cure Wounds prepped if you would like Cure Wounds to be prepped.
I do feel like I've got 1 hit point. Like, I'm going down. Like, I think we should try and just get the fuck out. Like, don't worry about healing me, because it's going to hit me again for 40, and then I'll die again. So, just the more we can get out, the better.
Okay, this could be a thing. Okay, Nimbo is going to cast a 3rd level Bless
Okay.
on Muck and M and himself.
This would get everyone because it's I don't know why you're upcasting it to 3rd level.
Oh wait, how many does it get on normal level?
3. So it would get a 2nd level would get everyone.
Blurter's fine without.
Okay, so he'll cast the 1st level Bless.
Yep.
Cool.
So
that's a 1d4 to attack rolls and saving throws.
And then he'll toll the dead again, I guess.
He can't because Bless is an action.
Oh yeah, so it is. Never mind. I cast Shillelagh, I guess.
Cool. Shillelagh has been cast. Is he moving?
He's gonna get like behind Muck.
Okay. Blurta, you're up after that then.
Okay, so I am going to repeat my plan for last round. So I am going to stick up a healing word.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be 10 points of healing to Muck.
Okay.
And then I will Eldritch Blast it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to roll physically because D&D Beyond's being mean.
A 10 misses.
And so does an 11.
Yes, it does. Oof. Oof. Anything else in your turn, Blurta?
I'm going to start going this way.
Okay.
So the direction we need to go is up the hill, right?
Pretty much.
And how big a bit of movement?
They're about 10 feet. You can scramble up them. It's difficult terrain.
So I think that I would be there now if I'd get to the top. So
yeah.
Cool.
Okay. M, you're up next with Muck on deck.
Same spell, but this time it is on Muck, and I'm just going to vortex warp you as far up the hill as I can.
Okay. So that's 90 feet up the hill, which I think is going to take her off the map. Yeah, map's only 75 feet. Whoop! Muck, you disappear from inside this monster's jaws and find yourself looking down on your companions, bleeding but no longer bleeding out. The Remoraz seems to still be biting down and needs to take a moment to realize that you're no longer in its jaws. Rest of your turn.
Because I haven't moved, my feel and agility will reset, so I am going to move 60 feet in the direction of Muck.
Okay. So it'll cost you 10 feet to get to the cliff, 20 feet to get up.
I have a climb speed. Does that help?
Make an acrobatics or athletics check. Okay. It'll make it easier for you, but it's not climbing so much as scrambling.
Oh no, not scrambling.
Can I?
At least it's not scrungling.
Can I mention the Unkind have a thing about snowy and rocky terrain?
We took that out.
We took that out.
For Unkind. So that's 17.
Yeah. You managed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Yeah, you also managed to get up to the upper level. You can see there are some Remoraz tunnels up along the upper level, so you just have to hope it's slower than you. Muck, it is your turn.
Do you have
I'm
any
just happy
healing?
to be alive. I do
have
have a healing potion. I do. I'll do that. A potion of greater healing.
Go for it.
4d4 plus 4. Woohoo! 14 points of healing for me. We're getting there, folks.
That's good. That's good.
Nice.
Yep. Okay. And then what else would I do? I'm too far away to hit it with anything. I'm not going back.
You just run.
Okay, you can spend your action just waiting.
Yeah.
All right. The Remoraz is up next and is going to go after Nimbo because Nimbo is closest.
Are we gonna?
And it's going to try to
kill Khalil's character whilst he's not here?
I have a rule about not killing characters when their players aren't present, so no. But that was a 23 to hit Nimbo.
That does hit Nimbo.
So you are going to have to try to find a way to get him free. Or abandon him to his death. These are both options. He won't die. It'll just be really
have to roll anything, or is he just grappled?
He is grappled, and he is going to take a ton of damage. Okay. 20. 5, 28, 32,
This is really not great.
33, 39 points of damage to Nimbo.
You can't have much more than that total.
Okay, I have
He's
a plan.
got 55 hit points. Nimbo is grappled, and it is his turn. What does Nimbo do?
He is going to cast Freedom of Movement on himself.
Yay!
I did give him that spell today.
You did. So he can spend 5 foot of movement to automatically escape from non-magical restraints.
Yep, this is non-magical.
So he's going to then. So that's what's his movement? I assume it's 30.
It's 30 feet.
So that's like 5, 10, 15, 20. Nope. You can get up to next to me, I think.
And if he doesn't take this attack of opportunity.
That is a good point to raise. Oh, wait a second.
Yep.
I had a second part of my plan. So that's an action.
Yeah.
And then, what is this? Hidden Step? As a bonus action, I'll cast Hidden Step.
And make him invisible.
Yeah.
Nice. Where's my other D20? So that's an attack of disadvantage, which is a natural 2. So that will miss. As invisible Nimbo manages to scramble up, because I believe freedom of movement means he's also not impeded by difficult terrain.
Oh, in that case, he can get slightly further. Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
I believe that's the case, yeah.
It would make sense for it to be. Yeah, unaffected by difficult terrain. Okay, Blurta, your turn next.
Okay, so I'm going to first of all move down to about there. And then I'm going to try and Eldritch Blast it again to try and knock it backwards a bit to give us a bit of a head start. Jesus fucking Christ. Does a... no, 13 doesn't hit, does it?
Nope.
I've not rolled above a 7 on 6 attacks.
Oof. Anything else on your turn, Blurta? Want to move further
I'm
away?
going to stand next to Nimbo.
Okay.
Just in case we need to bail each other out.
Okay. Now, I hate to break it to you, but the Remora has a speed of 30 feet, and you are within that range. It is
But it
also
does have to go
not
uphill.
impeded by difficult terrain. However, you are now the closest thing to it, so it's going to try to attack you.
Yay.
That is actually a 15 to hit.
That still hits.
Oh.
Are you resistant to fire damage?
I am resistant to fire.
Okay, that is important for me to know. So you will take 6 fire damage, half to 3. And 37 slashing damage.
I'm down.
It's a good thing Nimbo's next to you.
Yep.
Em, your turn. Oh, and you were grappled, Blurta.
My corpse is grappled.
What? Oh my god.
What the fuck? I think... Do we need to try and kill this? What do we think?
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. I went to the Remora straight after Blurta. Em's turn was first.
Oh, yes.
Well, we all make mistakes. So can Blurta move an additional 5 foot away from the fucking worm monster? And then we'll call it even.
Yeah, can we just rewind that turn in general?
We will rewind that turn, yes. So the Remoraz is still over there.
So, and
Let her move.
I'm not actually damaged at all.
No, you're not. I'm so sorry. I completely just started ignoring my initiative tracker.
I forgive you.
Blurta, you're standing next to Nimbo though, because you did end your turn.
Yes.
So Em, you're up.
From where it is then, I am just gonna sigh deeply as I saw a future
That's a Chronergy wizard, sometimes
that
you
I
do.
thought could happen if I don't do anything now. And looking at Nimbo, think, okay, sparks between my fingers and lightning bolt at it.
At the creature.
At the creature.
I thought for a brief
Blur
moment you were
Nimbo.
casting it at Nimbo.
No, I'm thinking
Because
about the
it's
kind
our
of lightning that Nimbo does. And
Yes.
so lightning bolt at the creature.
Go for it.
So it needs to make a dex save, please.
It will try. It will fail.
So I was
6.
6. Okay, so it takes 8d6 of damage.
Nice.
It's going to take 30 points of lightning damage.
Nice. That definitely hurt it, as this lightning bolt crashes down into it. Anything else, M?
I'm going to start moving in the direction of Muck.
Cool. Okay. Taking you
That's the
off
nicest
map.
way to say running away possible.
Muck, are you still just staying put?
I literally can't help. It's stronger than me. I don't have any magic. Like, yeah,
Do you
there's
have a
nothing
bow?
that I can
No,
do.
you threw the bow in the river.
She threw the bow in the river.
I have a javelin, so it's like I could drop all my things and attempt to hit it with a javelin, but it's not a normal javelin. It's not going to do anything to it if my +8 greatsword did nothing.
I mean,
Um,
it doesn't hurt to throw a javelin at it.
But then I will have dropped all my stuff, and if it has some magic ability where it can jump under
Why'd
the
you have to drop all your stuff for it?
Because I can't. It's an object interaction equipping.
you would need
like,
to
the
stow your
action
sword.
economy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
you can unstow it next turn anyway. So
I could do it. I'm not going to.
You don't
There's
have
just
to
no
throw
point.
a javelin at it. Okay. Now we come to the Remoraz's turn. And it is going to do the thing it did last time. But let's hope it rolls below a 4, because then I think it'll miss you. That's a 24. That's not what I meant.
no, I do not care for this.
I also rolled a lot better on damage.
Including, is that just the fire or in general?
Nope!
Okay.
I only rolled one number below a 5. You are unconscious, I'm afraid. Yeah. It would be 7 fire damage and... 41 piercing damage.
Okay, so Nimbo goes
So-
before Blurter.
Yes. It is Nimbo's turn.
It is Nimbo's turn. So Nimbo is going to cast. It would help if I was on Nimbo's character sheet to look at Nimbo. Nimbo is going to cast a level. Just a level 1 healing word.
Yeah.
So that's 8 points to Blurter.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a bonus action. Also, Nimbo would understand, and I'm going to say this because I think you deserve this benefit. This creature's only been able to attack with its mouth.
Yeah.
And it's currently holding Blurta grappled in it.
Yeah. So, and then after that, I was going to dash.
Yep. Away. Sensible.
Yep.
Blurta, you will regain consciousness. You are in this creature's mouth.
Fuck. I hate this. I Misty Step out and then also run away.
Okay, and I assume action dash.
Yes.
Yeah. The Remoraz tries to follow you, but it is far enough behind everyone, and slower. Once it starts burrowing underground again, you are able to get away from it. But you have taken a serious beating. You are almost at the peak.
We've
If you
broken
wanted to
Rachel.
find a place to short rest, now would be the time.
That was not good.
Do not care for that.
Why couldn't I jump back?
Rachel, if you had jumped back, all of you would have been rolling that deck save at the start.
Oh.
It was all creatures within 15 feet.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah, short rest would be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it
And
would.
as you find a spot to hunker down away from the Remoraz, close to the peak and the planar seal, we're going to take a very quick break here and then find out what you find there at the start of when we get back. So see you soon, folks.